Hey you guys! Devin at AmyWeeWeeBlogs.com, and we have a winner in Denmark. The winner of Dansk Melodi Grand Prix, Søren Lund, has won the show. Yeah, and he will be representing Denmark at Eurovision 2026. Amazing. He was third in the running order, right, to perform, and then went on to super final and then performed it. Won the whole thing, and it was a tough year this year. There were some really good entries, including our Queen Cecile. She was competing. Okay, are you ready to listen and react? Let's do this!
Devin, you started the video without me, so I am going to take a back seat. But before I get in the back seat, I want to read the lyrics to this song. It translates as, "Before we head home, my body is screaming, do you hear it? I ought to say no, said it was the last time, but you've got me. Yeah, you've got me. You're so sour, you're melting on my tongue. So out of control, I'm so effing dumb. But you've got me, yeah, you've got me. Kiss me, take my heart, break it again, but please tell me this night will never end. We'll let the night be ablaze, forgetting ourselves, holding one another tight until we burn to death, forgetting that we'll wake up and regret once more. But before we head home." So this sounds like he's having a very good night at the club.
Yes, Queen.
Right, guys, this is the national final performance. So if you've seen Dansk Melodi Grand Prix, this is what we're going to watch again, okay? Hitting play.
Oh, wow. It's giving heated rivalry. It's like a football jersey.
I love his fishnet wardrobe moment there.
Oh, no. It is club.
I like that. Dun, 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 dun.
That's one way to clean the glass.
It reminds me of the start of Tattoo.
Oh, they are ready.
Oh, I love the staging here.
It seems like a lot of people. Very club.
Oh, this is really visually arresting. Yeah, very effective.
I like this box. They are all up in that box.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, it's almost biological. That's a good LED. This is his release. The steam, the passion.
Oh, this is really good.
Good angle.
I have to say, the staging is working for me.
This is very well shot. Like the hands coming out. He paid extra for that part of the club.
And I love the fact that this is a club banger, but at the same time, he doesn't lose the club vibe of it, right?
Oh, he was giving head.
Oh, love that. The movement is great.
Oh, okay, wow. They are moving
Visually
as
arresting,
one.
actually.
Great beat.
There's 6 people on stage, but it actually looks like
This
there's
is great
a lot
choreography.
more. He's managed to create this visual illusion. Oh,
Oh,
color
it's
change.
good, actually. Very sensual.
I don't mind that this is in Danish. It's working for me. Oh, yeah.
That is a tasteful costume reveal.
And the flesh reveal is very family friendly.
They seem relieved to have air. I hope those trousers have holes in the back so
This
you can
is
breathe.
not an easy song to sing.
Oh, this is good. Yeah.
And he's totally slaying it. Love the BVs in the background.
This is how you progress.
Gives it added push.
It's excellent choreo.
Whoa! This is excellent.
Bonus points for all this energy in the second half. Oh, wow. You know, that colorway No, Tusen talk to you, honey. Tusen talk to you.
Is that it? 3 minutes is up? I could have sat through 10 more minutes of that. This is a feast for the eyes. It is so dark, it is so powerful, but at the same time, it is full of constellation and beauty and movement and grace and poise. This is how you stage an entry. Denmark typically, whilst I love Dansk Melodi Grand Prix a lot, I find that visually it's always holding back. It's not as good. And this year they really pushed the boat out. I feel like this is truly representative within Denmark, i.e. a Danish song, Danish entry, but also there's something universal, and this holds much broader appeal. This is club mixed with drama. This is movement mixed with poetry. This is really powerful, and there's something really surprising about this. It is surprising. The song here means before we head home. That's the English translation. And it's like two star-crossed lovers meeting in Clubland. And there's just something about it where there's this innocence about sort of falling for this dance partner, but at the same time, there's some underlying darkness about it. So translating into English, kiss me, take my heart, break it again, but please tell me this night will never end. BDSM reality, honey. And you know what? I'm living for it. The melody here is also really good. And what I like about it is the textured vocals. You know, there are times when it sounds like a big backing choir is kind of giving this elevation. But then there are times when it's stripped back and you can hear Søren's vocals really taking flight. I think this is beautiful.
That colorway at the end, the sort of red and the gold, it reminded me of Amelie de Forest's 2013 performance, but sort of in the club. Let's just say she reached euphoria on tea. She reached euphoria, perhaps some ayahuasca, and they were giving us that version of the colorway. This was excellent. You know, what I like about this is sort of the energy continues to build. We always talk about taking us on a journey, and lots of stage shows do that. But with this one, I feel like I'm getting breathless with him. The intensity increases. It starts off a little mysterious with a close-up shot. You don't necessarily know what's going on. Then you're in a box. Honestly, I wonder if they can breathe in there. I hope it's well ventilated. They're all up in there, writhing, shaking, moving as one. Then they burst out. Then they're dancing, and then the color changes, and the intensity changes, and the choreography changes. You know, in figure skating, how in the scoring system, they used to give you bonus points if you did a tough jump in the second half. I don't know if they still do that. But I felt like he was going for those points, right? Because this picked up at the end with all the boom, boom, and the leg splits, or leg stomps. This is great. This is what you want from a dance track. You want it to keep pushing. Wow. He does not need a treadmill, because just rehearsing this, he is getting his workout in. This is strong. If I have any minor notes, I guess I like the clothes from far away. I think Søren's outfit is actually fine, particularly after the costume reveal. I think it's very appropriate. The others, initially when I saw them up close, I didn't like how casual they looked. They looked like, I don't know, clothes people would actually wear. Whereas at Eurovision, when I think of songs that do well, people are typically wearing clothes they would not wear on the street. I mean, I don't think Loreen would wear that outfit on the street. Maybe she would. Baby Lasagna, Karia. I guess Robin Bingson would, but that was a suit. It was elevated, and he was on a treadmill. Netta would not wear that on the street. Måneskin would not wear that on the street. Nemo would not wear that on the street. You get what I'm saying. I just think at times the backing dancers up close, I don't like their clothes, but far away, I do like their clothes. Also, it's not glass. It's sort of not PVC. The cage, the square, it's like that material when you're in the swimming pool, right? Those floaties, or when you have like a curtain, or like you hang your clothes in a suit bag, and that just looks a little cheap at times. It just looks a little cheap. I wonder if they could get really solid glass shatterproof glass. Of course, Eric Sada's glass shattered deliberately. But you know what I mean. I don't know. I just think it looks cheap. Maybe it's the reflection. Can you get anti-reflection plastic? I don't know. Something about it. This is a minor point. This is a very minor point. Because this is a great stage show. I don't think they need to change very much. I think you could literally copy and paste. I think the LEDs are very tasteful. Yeah, I mean, this is good. And I don't think you need to sing this in English, actually. You should just leave it in Danish. Because if anything, it adds to the mystery. You could maybe give it a title, that's in Danish, and then in brackets, it could say something like, what is it? Oh, yes, Before We Head Home. Like, that, then maybe people would get the vibe more instantly. But no, I would keep this in Danish because it sounds really good. And, like, even if you don't know the translation, I think you're going to get sweaty, sticky club night. Our man is feeling passion. Year of the Fire Horse. He is honoring the Year of the Fire Horse. And looking very good while he does that. I must say, it's really tapping into heated rivalry sort of fitness. Well, look, I'm recovering from a cold, so I'm going to let Devin do the rest of the video. Bye!
Denmark, well, is performing in semi-final 2 of Eurovision 2026, where 15 countries will be performing in total, and that's on the 14th of May. They're in the second half. Just to let you know who is in that second half, it's Albania, Australia, Cyprus, Latvia, Malta, Norway, and Ukraine. Denmark, yes, has won Eurovision quite a number of times, but, in recent years, their qualification hasn't always been certain. There have been years when they've been very good, and they won the whole thing, Emily de Forest, 2013. But there's also many years where they've struggled. Anti-social media comes to mind. What's the name of that one that scored a number 1 here? And they're quite big in Denmark. I can't remember. A few years ago. And, yeah, mixed fortunes, right? Saluma Sameh, who represented Denmark in 2012, was a radio staple, and that did very well. But then there are also years where even Anja Nielsen, was like a narrow inch into the final. Sasal, a firm favorite, qualified but didn't do as well. I really have high hopes for this. This is the sort of music that I love. This is the sort of visuals that I respond to. But sometimes that doesn't always translate into Eurovision fortune, right? I was obsessed with Cyprus last year. Yeah, Theo Evan. How well did that do? I loved Red Sebastian for Belgium last year. How well did that do? And when I think of the family of entries that Søren Lund's song sits in, or certainly his visual performance, it leans more towards Cyprus last year and Belgium last year. Yeah, it's in that family of performances. So that part worries me because whilst I think that in a meritocracy, this sort of entry should be comfortably top 10. I would even push it higher. That doesn't always translate into the reality. But we're going to dive into our readers' comments and just get a flavor of what this is looking like on the ground. So, going into the Wiwi Blogs Instagram account, I'm just going to pick a few comments, yeah? Andy Vintage EEEE says, what a song. I couldn't be more proud of my country for finally picking a banger and a truly Danish banger. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I have a soft spot for Denmark, and this is an entry I think, every Dane can be proud of. Yeah, I completely agree. So, Berlin Lucy says, 3 lovely songs on the podium, my favourites. And although I loved all 3 and maybe preferred one over the other 2, must admit that this one works fine on stage, maybe slightly better than the others. Kudos. See you in Vienna, Søren. Looking forward to all the mispronunciations of your name, including mine. Right. That was fun. Musan Sour says, how amazing it is to see yet another song in the country's native language, but also with an interesting staging and great live vocals. This ought to climb to the left side of Vienna's scoreboard. And I agree. I think comfortably left side. I'm going to call it top 10. Top 10. I think it's really good. And prowling through the comment section, I'm yet to see a negative comment. So there you have it. No negativity. But of course, we still need you to pick up your phones and vote in Vienna. And speaking of voting, I'm going to tell you who else is voting. Apart from the competing countries, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, Czech, Luxembourg, Romania, Switzerland, Albania, Australia, Cyprus, Latvia, Malta, Norway, and Ukraine. The other voting countries will be Austria, France, and the United Kingdom. Now, these are the automatic qualifiers, of which 3 will not necessarily compete for a spot, but they will get to vote in semi-final 2, both juries and their televote. So yeah, it's all looking good.
Let me chime in. I think this will qualify. This is in semifinal 2. I know Denmark doesn't have the best record of qualification. It's quite checkered, but I think juries will get behind this because this feels very contemporary and very 2026.
This is really good. No matter which way we look at it, this is really good. If you don't like the song, you're going to love the visuals. If you don't like the visuals, you're going to love his performance. It's not easy to deliver a club track that is really faithful to the studio cut. And this doesn't depart from it. It doesn't sound... You're still in clubland. Yeah, I love it. Well, that's what we think. What do you think? Scribble down in the comment section below on YouTube. And while you're at it, follow Wee Wee Blogs on Pinterest, and we will see you later. Bye!